I've been doing full-time Rust development for a few years now, and it's been by far the most satisfying experience I had. I've written my first HTML website at 10 years old, and since then, I've always seen language limitations that pushed me to learn the next, better language. HTML creates web pages, but they're dull and empty. So I started learning CSS to give it shape and color. I was able to make apps that look better, but were awfully static still. To make them a bit more reactive, I started learning a few new things. Flash, Silverlight, Xamarin, ASP.NET and PHP. But the one that really worked was JavaScript. It was easy to learn, I could build things quickly, and they kind of worked. The only thing I was still missing was some dynamic data to display and the ability for users to really interact with my apps. I knew I needed to learn some backend languages as well. I started with C# and Java. They're the programming language equivalent of bureaucracy. Imagine filling paperwork all day without the ability to change anything at all. You just have to show up and write one line after another. This was exactly my experience writing C# for a 150 years old company. So while writing C# all day at work, I started picking up Golang on the side. In the evenings and on weekends, I would write application after application in Golang. Soon enough, I became confident enough to find a full-time Golang position in a startup and then in another one. Yet I wasn't fully satisfied with the language. Yes, it was easy to write code, and the language was easy enough that anyone could be hired even without prior Go experience and just start writing production code right away. But something didn't click. It was easy to write code that works, but as time went on and systems grew bigger, it was harder and harder to maintain. Every new feature we had to write clashed with the previous features and caused more bugs every single time. We invested in code quality, we read clean coding books, we had lots of technical discussions, but with every new feature that needed to be rushed in, and with every new hire that needed training, the problem just grew bigger. All the while, I'd been hearing about this programming language, Rust. It ranked number 1 as the most loved language year after year. So again, I started learning it on the side. Every evening, every weekend, I'd build small Rust project after small Rust project. And after enough projects built in Rust, I found a full-time Rust job. And this time things are different. You see, the Rust compiler is a lot stricter than any other language I've used. It forces rules on me that I didn't understand at first. Why can't my variable be nullable? Why can't I throw an exception? Can't I just ignore this error? What do you mean a borrowed value was moved out? The thing is, these rules all sound annoying and restrictive, and that's exactly what they are, restrictive. They make writing code with bad design awfully hard. You quickly find yourself dealing with incredibly complex types and compilation issues everywhere that you try to solve by randomly adding lifetime annotations, wrapping types in box, and cloning every variable. At first, this is revolting. Why is Rust so hard? It just gets in the way of having code that works. Then after a few months, I told myself, okay, I guess this rule makes sense, but why does it need to be so restrictive? But now it's been a few years of writing Rust in the same code base. It's bigger than ever, and yet adding a new feature doesn't take a lot of time at all. Actually, it doesn't take more time than writing code in an entirely new project. And on top of that, I'm not getting any of the weird production bug I had with JavaScript, C# or Golang, where two features interacted in a way I didn't expect, and it reached a path I didn't even think of. So, is Rust magic? Is it just compiling code into some sort of flawless executable? Rust compiler is simply making good code with well-defined types easier to write than bad code. It's making bad design run into more compilation issues and roadblocks than good design. So it's not really forcing you to do anything at all. It's just rewarding you for writing good code and punishing you for writing bad code. And after all, that's the way humans learn. So Rust, by design, teaches you how to be a better developer. So if you haven't tried it, maybe give it a try. And if you tried it and gave it up, maybe give it a second chance. Nobody can promise you to turn you into a Rust expert in 1 week or even a month. But I do share Rust codes and talk about how Rust helped me become a better engineer. So if that sounds interesting, you can subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the entire video, and I'll see you next time.